What is the vintage Patek Philippe market like? If you are curious about the vintage Patek Philippe market, you are in for an exciting journey. This market is not just about watches. It represents a blend of luxury, craftsmanship, and investment potential. Patek Philippe watches are known for their exclusivity and are highly sought after by wealthy collectors. The brand has built a reputation for creating some of the finest timepieces in the world, making vintage models particularly appealing. When we talk about vintage Patek Philippe watches, models like the Calatrava and Nautilus come to mind. Complicated pieces, such as perpetual calendars and grand complications, are also highly desirable. These watches often command impressive prices on the secondary market. Limited production runs and historical significance contribute to their rarity, making them even more attractive to collectors. Prices for vintage Patek Philippe watches can vary greatly. For example, neo-vintage Calatravas in good condition may range from $10,000 to $25,000. On the other hand, more complicated or platinum-cased vintage pieces can exceed $80,000 to $120,000. Discontinued models, like the Nautilus 5711, have seen prices between $90,000 and $130,000, reflecting strong demand. The vintage Patek Philippe market has shown steady appreciation over the years. Many vintage models have experienced annual growth rates between 6% and 15%. This growth often outpaces other luxury assets, making these watches not only symbols of refined taste but also attractive investment pieces. Auction results further illustrate the brand's dominance in the luxury segment. Exceptional vintage Patek Philippe watches have sold for record-breaking prices. One notable example is the Grandmaster Chime 6300 A010, which sold for $31 million. This highlights the intense competition among collectors and the brand's prestige. For rich and famous celebrities, owning a vintage Patek Philippe watch is more than just a fashion statement. It is a strategic asset that can be passed down through generations. These watches serve as wearable art and have the potential for significant financial appreciation. The exclusivity of the vintage market aligns well with the preferences of high-net-worth individuals who seek unique collectibles that hold or increase their value. In essence, the vintage Patek Philippe market is robust and lucrative. It is characterized by strong demand, steady price appreciation, and a reputation for timeless elegance. For those interested in fine art and collectibles, vintage Patek Philippe watches representing a perfect blend of luxury and smart asset allocation.